yo, 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 yo. Oh, what is good? What is good, good people? We are back at it again. Another edition of 24/7 Boxing, coming by way of Don't Listen Podcast. And yes, today we got a great show. We're going to talk about Bivol Beterbeiv. We're going to talk about Benavidez versus Morrell. We also going to talk about what the hell Canelo talking about Floyd Mayweather. What could actually he be saying about Floyd Mayweather? But we're going to get into it. And we also going to talk about what's going on in the boxing world in my eyes as I see it. Roll that intro, good people. Yes, we're going to get into the mix today. Oh yeah, we're going to get into the mix today. Great fight between look at me. I'm all messed up. See, this is from not doing it for so long. I apologize, but we're going to get right back to it. This is Bivol Beterbeiv. You get what I'm saying, good people? We're going to talk about that today because what I saw was a fight between two guys unwilling to back down, two guys unwilling to play pussyfoot around the ring, two guys that both wanted it, which in turn gives us a great fight, right? Because at the end of the day, that's all we all sign up for. You spend your good money to watch something on pay-per-view. You spend your money to sit in the arena and watch two gladiators go at it. All you want is a good fight. Hopefully you get a knockout, but sometimes that don't happen. And, you just want to feel like you was compensated. Now, most people, because this fight was mired in controversy, and understandably, I understand it. I was watching the fight myself. I had it a draw, and I could see where a round went this way, and I could see where a round went that way, right? Because none of us is perfect. We don't get to see everything, even though you sitting there watching it with your own two eyes, right? So what I saw was just a great fight. And I would love to see that fight happen again because it wasn't definitive enough for me, right? Artur Beterbiev got the victory, but some people was making the case for Bivol because of the punch output. And I get it. If a guy's throwing twice as many punches as the other guy, or it wasn't that amount, but it was enough punches that it looked like Bivol outpunched him in a fight, but people don't understand as well. Those punches has to land. They has to land. And if the punches aren't landing, then you have a problem, right? At the end of the day, the fight was a great fight. I had watched it again today just so I could give y'all a better analysis, right? Because there was rounds where Beterbiev looked like he didn't have the stamina. He was getting hit a lot. And then there was rounds where the power of Beterbiev was making Bivol just stop in his tracks. And he wasn't doing his punches as much as. So where I see where is room for controversy, I would say do it again. Put all the things to rest. Do it again. Give the people another fight where it could be no controversy. I think that's the only way you settle that matter because, you got people in the Bivol camp talking about they got robbed. You got people in Beterbiev's camp talking about he won outright. And, at the end of the day, the best way to make it more definitive, if you do it again, give the people that fight again and put all controversy to rest. I think that's because I like both of these fighters. I like Beterbiev. I like Bivol. I did videos on both of those guys. Y'all should check them out. They're on my channel. But doing my research for both of those fighters, I just seen inevitable clash and an inevitable clash. They eventually would have had to face each other in the same division and all that good stuff. And I wanted to see it. I saw it and I was like, okay, well, it's like a rock'em sock'em. They standing right in front of each other. Boom, 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 and it's almost like who's going to be the better man. Now, at the end of the fight, you look at Beterbiev's face, you're not seeing the damage that Bivol had. Bivol's face was, messed up. And, Beterbiev looked like he just went around the corner for a bowl of soup. And so if that's telling in itself, right? Because, if you are doing the damage, in a lot of the judges' eyes, they looking at that fight and they like, well, he's doing all this damage. There's no way Bivol could be hurting him or beating him because look at his face and look at his face, right? Look at his body work and his body work, like the way they look. I say do it again. I said put all the rumors to rest and do it again because, what's there to gain from being a fight being mired in controversy? Is nothing to gain. You're going to make people pissed off. So what you do is do it again, have these two gladiators get back in the ring and fight it out again. I would love to see it. It was a great fight. It was very entertaining. I think people got their money's worth. If you think you didn't, then I don't know what the hell you was watching. But it was a good fight, and I would like to see that one again. And I got a couple clips. I got a couple clips. Let's watch them. Right there, Beterbiev is on offense. And, it looked like that's what it was for the whole, the whole fight, where if you're looking at his face compared to his face, you can see where some things had happened. And I was looking at the fight and I'm like, Bivol's punch output was crazy. It was a lot. He was really, there you go, right there, landing the jab, and he really was putting a lot of his punches together. But you could see the difference when Beterbiev would hit Bivol, and Bivol would stop in his tracks. And if you go on fight the champion, well, both of them was champions, right? And now Beterbiev is now undisputed, right? Collected Bivol straps. So it was, if you see the output of Bivol with the punches, you can make a case. Of course, his fans are gonna be like, nah, Bivol won that. He outpunched him, he outworked him, he did this, he did that. But the damage at the end of the fight, you could see why it went the other way, because the power of Beterbiev was just stopping Bivol in his tracks. And you could see the power discrepancy. It was very apparent because Bivol was throwing a lot of punches, but you wasn't seeing the damage. You wasn't seeing those punches stop Bivol from coming forward. He had a spot where I thought he hurt Beterbiev a little bit, and Beterbiev took a little break, and then next thing you know, the onslaught came back again. So, like I said, that's a fight I would like to see again. And yeah, sign me up for that. Sign me up. Absolutely. Yes. Let's do that again. Congratulations to Bivol and Beterbiev for putting on a great show. And congratulations to Beterbiev for becoming another champion that got multiple stripes. And he ain't playing. Okay. All right. Now, let's talk about another fight that's going to happen. And this one is, was a little mired in controversy because David Benavidez was out here talking about, yeah, I got the fight signed up for Morrell. And then Morrell was coming back talking about, nah, I don't know what he's talking about. I ain't got no contract signed. But as far as I know, that fight is going to happen. And hey, may the best man win. And David Benavidez been looking like a career killer for the longest time. He just beating people up, knocking them out, getting them out the way, as well as David Morrell. Morrell has been out here making a stake and a claim, planting his flag in the ground, saying, yes, I am, and yes, I can. And hey, that only makes for a great fight for us to watch. I can't wait for that one. It's already been a whole bunch of banter going back and forth from something that I watched earlier. And yeah, sign me up for that one. Indeed. Because Benavidez, up to this point, I think he hasn't been challenged enough, whereas people can consider him a great champion, right? Because it's no signature wins. It's no, body you could say, oh, that was a great win. He beat this guy, or he beat a couple people that had names, but it's no signature wins. I think fighting a guy like Morrell can start building that cachet for Benavidez to start getting more recognition that he deserves. Because in my opinion, Benavidez is one of the best fighters out here. And that's why Canelo don't want the smoke. You can say whatever the hell you want about Canelo. We're going to talk about him after we talk about this. You can say whatever you want about him, but it seems, in my opinion, that he don't want no smoke with David Benavidez. And I think, Canelo, as a champion, you shouldn't be moving like that, especially on your way out. Everybody talk about legacy. Oh, my legacy. I want to be known as this great fighter and this and that. And a lot of people gave Canelo that title, that, without him really, to me, in my opinion, he ain't really have any classic fights, in my opinion, whereas he could be touted as high as he is, right? Because if you look at the fights he had, the trilogy he had, with Triple G, if those fights put you in the Hall of Fame, just those fights right there, and Triple G was old enough to be sipping soup out of straw, and then, you know, he was giving Canelo all the smoke that he wanted, right? And shout outs to Dimitri Bivol, because this is something a lot of people don't even talk about no more. It's like they don't even say like it never happened. Like Bivol did not beat Canelo. He beat Canelo, beat him. But it goes without being said, and this is, you know, I don't want this to go all, you know, where people look at David Benavidez like, hey, he ain't fighting nobody, right? Because that's reserved for Canelo. We're gonna get into that. But let's get back to David Benavidez. You know, David Benavidez right now is, you know, the Mexican monster. He's out here looking like he could beat anybody in his division. And David Morrell looks like he's going to be some gamed opposition. I love that, where guys that's still trying to build their name up, trying to build their legacy, trying to build, daring to be great, right? That's the cliche saying. But if we don't have fights like this, you really don't know what you're looking at, because guys could be, people could have guys in these pound for pound lists and this and that. Even like, you know, Canelo could be still top 5, right? Which I don't think he is. But if people still putting people like Canelo in top 5 pound for pound, it to me don't make any sense. When you got guys out here like David Benavidez, David Morrell, who are out here making great fights, not scared to fight each other, and they making us happy paying Patreons when we go to the arena and watching it on pay-per-view. Because this is what's missing in boxing. I always say this, where you get these great matchups with guys, and like I said, the welterweights and the middleweights, they doing the damn thing. But anybody Canelo went up, it's like it's been problems, right? We had problems with that in the heavyweight ranks, where a great fight like Anthony Joshua and the Bronze Bomber could not be made, where they both was at their height before both of them had any losses, and that fight should have happened, right? Just like David Benavidez should have that fight with Canelo Alvarez. If you want to be considered great, you got to stack some names up on your resume, and people are so easily to be put in the Hall of Fame, not because of the great cachet of fights they won, but because of how many fights he won, right? Because everybody padded their record with some powder puffs, right? And then you get some names. That's a given. That's what boxing is. You ain't gonna always fight the best guys every time out. But once you get to a certain stature in the profession, you have to start fighting people with names in order for your legacy to be drawn out. I think David Benavidez is in that spot right now. For him, he need to start adding names, and people got to stop being scared to fight. In order for these fights, like, it ain't on David Benavidez. He calling people out. He saying, I want this fight, I want that fight, right? And if they sign it, he fight. We can't say that for everybody else, but we can say that about David Benavidez, and you can say it about Morrell. He taking it up. So this is what's missing. We need more of this to keep boxing relevant, to keep it and keep it growing and grow into a mainstream, because it was in for a while, now it's out, right? because a lot of people don't know the boxers, right? And the media, mainstream media, don't play up fights like they used to, right? They don't do that. Fights like this fight here with Benavidez and Morrell, this is a big fight. They should be talking about something. You should see something about this every day. But we don't. And that's the difference between the advertising, and you know why the NFL was one of the greatest. It is the biggest sport in American sports. You know why? Because every day you see something about football. Same thing with the NBA. Every day you see something about the NBA. Stars, the league the both leagues are putting their stars out front and pushing the sport. Boxing does not do that, has not done that in quite a while. And that's what it needs to get back to. It needs to start promoting their fighters and advertising them and you know, to get them familiar with the fans so people know, oh, this person, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch that. That's what's missing. Very simple. But yes, that fight is a fight I'm looking forward to. Benavidez, Morrell, I think that's a fight all of you should be looking forward to. And I can't wait for it to happen. I already get my tickets. Not to the fight, but pay-per-view. Yeah, I'm getting that. Now let's go to the man of the hour, because this is, something that I saw Canelo was talking to somebody, right? And he was like, I want to fight Floyd Mayweather again. Now, at first glance, I was like, what? Then I was like, you know what? Maybe Floyd. Nah. Then I thought of it. Floyd is 85 years old. His gloves is next to, he doing exhibition fights still, but he's not a shell of himself. But to me, he ain't fight the competition that Canelo's been fighting for him to be even considered in a fight against Canelo Alvarez, right? I know it will make great money. Everybody will run to the box office and buy tickets up because it's Floyd Mayweather. Everybody want to see him get beat, right? He got more hate than love right now. And, I even seen stuff on on the tube talking about him versus Gervonta Davis. And I'm like, look, I don't want to see that. I know Mayweather has been one of the greatest fighters that has ever been in boxing. And that should be going without being said. He beat Canelo Alvarez in Canelo Alvarez's prime. You don't know? Well, let's see. Because this is what happened. Let's see what happened. Oh, look, at Floyd just moved out the way right there. Just moved out the way right there. Oh, Canelo shoot and miss. Shoot and miss. That's what happened. Shoot and miss all night. That's what happened. And Floyd basically took him to school. Look at his face right there. He looked like he saw a ghost right there, because that's what it was all about all night. Canelo came in outweighing Floyd in that fight by a huge margin, and he still couldn't get the job done. Could not get the job done. And that's what happened back then. And in order for you to even think of that, because I know this might piss a few people off, but in my opinion, it seemed like Canelo just out to make some cash right now. He ain't trying to take on no real challenges anymore. He thought he was going to beat Bivol up. He thought he was going to beat Bivol up and make him look bad, but it went the opposite way, right? He beat Caleb Plant, and Caleb Plant in that fight, Caleb Plant was winning, right? He just got lucky and caught him, and that was it for Plant, right? And the same thing, right? If you look at his last fight with Munguia, right? Even him was giving Canelo a hard goddamn time. So, of course, you want to fight somebody like Floyd Mayweather that's old enough to be your father. I am your father, Luke. You can, of course, you want to fight somebody that old, and you want to get your win back from a fight that nobody's checking for. Nobody's looking for that fight. At the end of the day, you shouldn't even bring up Mayweather's name. You shouldn't even be doing that. If you want to avenge a loss, why didn't you go after Dimitri Bivol again? Avenge that loss. Do that. I think that makes sense more than a Floyd Mayweather who ain't been in the boxing ring fighting real fighters for quite a while now. So why would you even bring up his name? You know how crazy you look trying to fight somebody that's 20 years older than you? But for you, you probably want that. Say, yeah, I got him back when he was an old man, right? But I wouldn't even put it past Floyd. Still got defensive prowess. He might mess around, beat you again. But what? Floyd was 36 at the time or something like that, 34, 30, and Canelo was like 21, 22, something like that. I can't remember exactly. It was so long ago. But that fight happened when it was supposed to happen because Canelo wanted it to happen, right? And he got what he asked for. And now you bring his name up again? You know how crazy you look. You look crazy. And you need to stop playing, Canelo. You want to make a name for yourself going out. I got some words for you. David Benavidez, Dimitri Bivol, Artur Beterbeiv, David Morrell. Those are guys that you could say, you know what, I'll fight those guys. And then maybe, in my opinion, you could be considered a Hall of Famer. Because right now, all the powder puffs you've been fighting lately and not looking great against, I'm not ready to say that about you. You know, when I won't fight my own countrymen. That's bullcrap. You done fought plenty of Mexicans before. So you don't make sense when you use that as an excuse not to fight David Benavidez, right? And then you bring up Floyd Mayweather. I would love to fight Floyd Mayweather again. Why you ain't have that same energy for Dimitri Bivol when he beat you? And that's more recent. That's something people can remember, but it seemed like that fight got swept under the rug in the boxing world. People forgot that it happened. He made Canelo Alvarez look very pedestrian, very slow, very old, and Bivol and him are almost around the same age. So it ain't no excuse, right? And then Floyd Mayweather is way older than you when he beat you. And then you say, oh, I wasn't ready. I didn't have the experience. What is your excuse now? You got all the experience in the world. So why not fight Bivol and get your win back? Can you do that instead of bringing up fighters that's retired and not in the game anymore? Fight the winner of Benavidez and Morrell. Fight the winner of that. If not, wait 6 months, fight You already know who was the winner between. Go give Beterbeiv some smoke. Huh? Go give Beterbeiv some smoke. But for you to bring up Floyd Mayweather shows me that you ain't serious. And I don't know how long you haven't been, but people shouldn't be out here buying no pay-per-views when you fighting powder puff cans, and then the powder puff can look good against you. That makes no sense. And for boxing fans to be subjected to it, and people not calling it out. There's a few guys that called it out, but you know, they fringe too, just like I am, right? We don't just suck people off just to be in good graces with them, right? You gotta tell the truth and get to the skinny when it comes to these boxers that's avoiding each other. And there's only one person that's doing it. There's only been one person that's been doing it. They used to call Floyd Mayweather a cherry picker, right? He picked who he wanted to fight. What the hell you think Canelo doing now? He's not fighting the best out there. He's cherry picking, right? But how you gonna say that about Floyd, who fought all the names of his time, beat them all? Can't say the same thing about Canelo. So when you talk Floyd Mayweather and Canelo Alvarez, it's levels. It's levels to the ish, good people. It's levels to the ish. And it has to always be. And you got to hold people accountable, and no matter what profession that they doing, right? Because if you paying good money to see Canelo versus Munguia, God bless you. Because I ain't paid for that. I ain't want to see it. I didn't want to see it. I watched it on replay. And when I saw it, I was laughing because Munguia didn't look too bad against the so-called great Canelo Alvarez. That's all I got for y'all today. I promise y'all we going to get back to it big time. We going to get back to it. And yeah, we still got some other stuff in the works. We're trying to figure out how the scheduling is going to be because a brother don't get paid to do what I do. So, you know, I need y'all to like, subscribe, comment, subscribe to the channel, and we're going to get to where we going. I need y'all help, though. So subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for watching. I see you all in the next one. Stop playing, Canelo. Yeah, stop playing with me because I remember what happened to you. It went something like this. Yeah. Something like this. Oh, yeah. You talk about let that joint breathe a little bit. Go get that smoke with Benavidez, man. Why you out here playing? Yo. Y'all hold these guys accountable.
It's real levels to this shit, I suggest you find out. Been told y'all that summer's over, pussy, that shit mine out. It's setting traps for real niggas, how much they died out. We need a raid for these things, these fakes, they need to lie down. Only my shorty lift my spirit, she got an alkaline smile. She got me locked down, if I wasn't with her, I'd be wild out. She getting knocked down like Godzilla, your shit would be pillaged. And on delay you find out, televised like new religion, they put in your mind now. The plot get messy though, brainwash this generation, brain scattered just like spaghetti balls. Two wings in politics, the civil war, I'ma be ready for. Bloodshed letters to left, false flagging what confetti ball. I'm NJ Skywalking, pole fishing deep in these deadly shores. Retired diving for gold, cause these dudes dying and more. I know dudes dying to tell their stories, they cry when they wrote. By dudes I'm putting myself included, I'm fighting remorse. Remorse for being a better brother, to being a better person. Being better for thinking my savior who put the work in. My shield tatted and my bones brittle. Like can humble you when you think you know it all, but you just know little. Lately your mustard seed been so brittle. You lacking in faith. If you think I'm lacking, I ain't. Walking light in his Eden garden, racking these snakes. Don't smut on my name. I turn, you just laughed in my face, right?
Yo, Ray and TP up in this joint. Yeah, father like son, stop playing. What? We in the building. Here we go. Yo. Living my life, eating. Make me say what I believe in. You niggas stay committing treason. Pin on my hand, I have that ass bleeding. A little past the margins, a whole lot of targets. Going for the largest, not afraid to spark it. Mind frank, get to the darkest private. You're talking to your sergeant, so Annie up. Pull your panties up, little nigga. Boys so cold, boys so bold, no more lies told. No way, I get lost in the fold. For you internet trolls, all of y'all growing like mold. Laugh now, cry later, soft like rolling paper, dark fade. With a taper, politician Ralph Nader. I'm your father, Darth Vader. Nothing gon' save your neighbor. Got ghosts from the traders, no post elevators. Got most from creators, a little cheese from a baker. I'll send you to your maker, from a giver to a taker. Nigga, I'm gone. Nigga, you gone. Yeah, we in here. TP and Ray, stop playing. Feel me?